You're looking live and down at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Willie Cauley-Stein. Doncic out there with Richardson. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. George. Porzingis with the rebound.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Fires for 3. Outside for George. Sinks the three-pointer.
He doesn't need much time to get his shot off. Paul George is a dependable catch-and-shoot option.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
George passes to Morris. Porzingis with the steal. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. Here's Cauley-Stein, and they call the foul. So he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And we're already seeing a little rhythm out of this offense. They've hit 3 out of 4 so far.
And Cauley-Stein has drawn comparisons to Tyson Chandler due to his length and athleticism. It's important he continues to get better.
And the dunk by Jackson.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee!
And it's the Mavericks with the ball after the Clippers pick up 2.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Richardson against George. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Doncic feeling it out. Passes it to Richardson. Here's Finney-Smith. He's covered by Leonard. 5 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Pulls up. High post. And the shot is long.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
And George kicks to Zubats. Morris trying to free himself up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Richardson.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. And good that time. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness. All the while, he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. And the dunk by Powell.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And here's Rondo, following the score by Dallas. Pass to Beverly. And there's the feed to Batum. Tries again. No good from Zubac.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
So both teams making some changes here. The Mavericks leading. 41 seconds left in the first. Burke, the pass to Pop. It's good. The assist that time from Burke.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Pass to Kennard. On the wing, Batum. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
When defending Patrick Beverly, it's hard to match his level of energy and activity.
For Los Angeles, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Mavericks. Kicks to Redick. The tray. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And now the Clippers on the break. Kennard for 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in.
Good defense from JJ. He competes out there.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. The Mavericks on top, up by 2. And the second quarter will get underway just after.
Old school basketball. Yeah.
Now pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Maxi Kleber is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Trey Burke. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Redick in at the 2. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Mavericks, Porzingis comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Doncic is subbed in for J.J. Redick. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Cousins.
Taking the hit, completing the play, something DeMarcus has done his entire career at a high level.
Here's Doncic. That shot is off. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Leonard attacking. Man, the second chance points on the tip in.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Here's Doncic. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And what a motor. Porzingis is an all-star talent who is also willing to do the dirty work.
Leonard on the wing. Back to Jackson. Got a piece of it. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. And he uses the glass on the layup.
This is what Kawhi provides. 100% of effort. Loves to take it right to you.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Doncic with it. Now the pass to Porzingis. Here's Burke. No good with the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Leonard, the pass to Cousins. He nails it, and we're tied up.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Man passes to Leonard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. On the Mavericks with some changes. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Richardson in for Trey Burke. Here's George. Hold on!
You got to buckle up on that one. Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show. In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A. Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Inside. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently. Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
The putback. He can't hit that time. And it's Dallas the other way. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. Here's Doncic. Gets that one to drop. That's his third field goal in 8 tries.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Rondo against Doncic. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Richardson, that's a 2-pointer. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Pushes it quickly, and he gets something before the defense can set up. Richardson's a good finisher in transition.
Here's Rondo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Rondo's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Doncic dishes to Richardson. Wants to get it to Doncic, and does. It's good on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Zubac. And a close game so far through the... Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They were never able to get the lead above 4. And
we've got second half action for you. And if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Without question, Willie Cauley-Stein displaying his skills tonight.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. And there's Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Brunson, and he could not get that one to go. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And so it's Dallas with it. It's a 1-point game. Dishes it to Richardson. Here's Zubac. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Marjanovic. Banked in off the glass. Marjanovic has got his first bucket in this one.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Here's George. The Mavericks pull it in. A guy who just... continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Paul George. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Beverley. Cousins. It's good on the putback.
Well, he's a guy who is built for these kind of plays. DeMarcus using his size and skill to full advantage.
Here's Brunson. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. And Boban Marjanovic picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Mavericks making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. Jackson up top. Richardson covering. Floats it up for Cousins.
That's just being out of sync and at the worst time. Costly.
And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. Brunson against Beverley. Back to Brunson. Dallas moving it around. Marjanovic kicks to Brunson. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Marjanovic. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Jackson has the open look. It's rebounded by Dallas. Cauley Stein's got his 4th rebound in this one. Shoots from the elbow. They grab their own miss. Changes up. Beverley against Brunson. Over Beverley. No good off the back of the rim. Clippers trail by 3. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Plays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
The aggressiveness of Jackson, able to drive and convert against tight defense.
We've got 1:48 left to play here in the 3rd. Count it, good. Brunson's got 5 points so far. And so Beverley will bring it up for Los Angeles. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Porzingis is coming in for Willie Cauley-Stein. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. The Mavericks leading. And here is Doncic. 6 points for him. Now here's Redick.
Redick is just a thorough scorer. He looks calm and collected, rising up from any place on the court.
56 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Outside Rondo. No good on that one. And it's Dallas the other way.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Zubac. The Mavericks also with a sub. Trey Burke's checked in for J.J. Redick. Doncic against George. Doncic passes to Burke. Over Kennard. Here's Powell. He kicks to Hardaway. Doncic outside. From outside the arc. And there's Hardaway. That's good on the assist by Doncic. Hardaway has got the lead up to 6 now for Dallas. And the Clippers call time here.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
For Los Angeles, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Passes to Kennard. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
From deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time. The third quarter comes to a close. It's Dallas up by 4. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Luka Doncic out there with Trey Burke, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. Now Doncic looking to end his cold spell, and Doncic throws it down.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Rondo drives in. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Shooting for Los Angeles, Rajon Rondo. At the line.
The first one falls.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Doncic with it. Over Rondo. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job with the box out.
Beautiful to the eyes. That's good fundamental basketball. You love to see that playing the right way.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
And it's Rondo penetrating. And that one drops.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
The shot from 20 feet away. And Dallas again with the bucket.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Here's Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. And it's Leonard missing. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And Dallas also making a switch. Hardaway's checked in. And the Clippers call time here.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
For the Clippers, Cousins comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Paul George in for Jackson. Then for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Dwight Powell. And it's Richardson in for Burke. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Teron Lewis, he talked with the team. He told his guys, tempo, more tempo. You've got to be quicker into transition. Push the ball. Let's get some opportunities before their defense can set up. Kevin, back to you.
And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Kawhi Leonard.
What a turnaround for him since the half. More aggressive and more effective.
Doncic outside to the left side wing. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Outside, Porzingis. And he converts the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
George, no good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Hardaway for 3. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game. George with the ball. Hardaway picks him up. And it's Leonard missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
For the Clippers, Marcus Morris is checked in for Cousins. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And the Clippers call time here. They trail by 7. 1:49 left in the 4th quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Cauley Stein against Rondo. Hardaway with a wide-open look. Sinks the triple. Hardaway has got the lead up to 10 now for the Mavs. Rondo passes to Leonard to end the run, and the layup is good. Leonard's got 10 points here in the second half.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
Here's Doncic. The offensive rebound. Porzingis kicks to Richardson. Shot clock at 6. Doncic finds Hardaway. A new 14 for the Mavericks.
And that long rebound just falls right back into their hands. That'll reset the shot clock. Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Mavericks.
And as we watch the game wind down, you have to look back at all the second chance points these guys generated.
Yeah, they clearly won the second chance points category. Possession after possession, we watched them go after the ball and make misses turn into makes.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Porzingis.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm, and that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Patterson comes in for Morris. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Paul George. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Marjanovic. Dallas, no good that time either. A pull-up. Second shot opportunity. And Cousins with the lay-in.
And that's a great effort. Fast break opportunity for DeMarcus Cousins, and he doesn't waste it.
And here's Brunson. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us.
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And this is where you see the depth of your team put to the test. Neither squad at full strength in this one. So I expect to see adjustments in various matchups as the first half starts to shape up.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Jokic is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Austin Rivers. Then it's Porter. And for the Clippers, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. Right now, both these sides dealing with injuries. We won't be seeing either of them at 100%.
I agree with you, Kevin. It's been tough for both of these teams as they work through their rotations due to the injury bug. Credit goes to not only the coaches for trying to plug the holes and manage their rosters, but to the players. You know, when you're a pro, even if you're not initially in the rotation, you've got to always be ready to go. And these guys have stepped up well, the reserves.
Gordon finds Jokic up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Boy, Jokic always in sync with his teammates, which is part of why he's able to put together these highlight reel sequences.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Porter pulls it in.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And, guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid. He's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They've brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take him to another level for sure.
Gordon, the pass to Jokic. That shot missing. The Clippers go the other way with it. Here's Leonard. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Here's Rivers. Porter looking it over. Pass to Jokic. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. George, no good.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
And finished off by Rivers.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Rivers against George. And it's sent back by Jokic. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Jokic, the shot. That shot misses. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
You can't leave a lane to the basket available for Beverly, because if you do, he jumps on it quickly.
Now here's Rivers. And it's Jokic in the corner. Outside Gordon. Lock at 6. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Here's Rivers. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Clippers trail. And it's all evened up.
Like how Beverly takes on challenges. This guy's a pit bull in his competitiveness. Aggressive at shooting over the defense, even when they're all in it.
Now, here's Jokic. The feed to Millsap. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Now here's Rondo. Defense right on him. At the top of the key, Cousins lays it up off the glass.
You know, Rondo's highest priority is to get his teammates open shots every trip. I mean, that's what makes him go and endears him to his teammates.
Now, here's Jokic. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Harrison kicks to Gordon. There's the pass to Millsap. Gordon against Batum. And the basket by Gordon.
It's never easy in the NBA, folks. I mean, great job by Gordon to just dismiss the contact and still score.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Rondo wide open. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nuggets. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
So on the floor for Denver, they've got Harrison. JaVale McGee is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's JaMychal Green. And it's Morris in at the 2 spot. And so Cousins will bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 2. A shot by Batum. No good. 3-on-3. Fires from the line. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance. Here's Mann. Drains the three-pointer.
You know, Batum is not just a scorer. He's a really good all-around player. Very effective at finding the open man, too.
Here's Harrison. He's covered by Rondo. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Leonard, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Now, here is Morris. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. The Nuggets with another miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Leonard. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is. But no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era.
Great goodness! That was special.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Morris into the lane. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Here's George. To the inside. Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Here's Harrison, and the layup's good off the glass.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Morris against George. He kicks it to Morris. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoop. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Porter, no luck. Clippers leading by 5. The finish, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Campazzo, defended by Beverly. And oh boy, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Rivers dishes the Porter. Pass to Gordon. Shoots over Leonard. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Gordon.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
Leonard inside, guarded by Porter. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
At his size, Jokic a threat to throw it down, showing you how dominant he can be inside.
Beverly up top. Big group substitution here for Denver. And here is Los Angeles now. They lead by 4. Here's Cousins, and he banks in the layup. Cousins has got his second basket of the game.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock.
Another foul will give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
The Nuggets have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort. And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Rondo. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Harrison. No good on the last second attempt there. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George inviting.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jackson, and it's George in the shooting guard. Jackson passes to Zubac, kicks it out to Leonard. And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, the Nuggets, a 2-point game. Oh, tried folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too. So I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. The lead is 2, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And Gordon's eyebrows go up when he sees an opportunity to drop the hammer. This guy is a phenomenal athlete who throws it down with some major force.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Outside, George takes the 3. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. And Leonard stays with it. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And that's the activity on the offensive glass they like to see out of Kawhi. When he's in full hustle mode, they're a much stronger team.
Jokic passes to Gordon. Moves back up. Jokic, no good. Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's George, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, one of the things Paul George, PG, has done is improve his ball handling, and as a result, defenders are nervous when he's handling the ball and getting up into a shot.
The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Greg, is a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot, and you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well, but so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to is really paramount.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Paul George. Bol, he's checked in for Denver. Nuggets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Morris against Rondo. Batum brings the double team. Morris looking over the floor. Down low. Bol. It's stolen by Rondo. Here's Beverly. Here's Mann. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins, and it's Kennard in for Rajon Rondo.
I like the fact that McGee not just going through the motions here. I mean, setting a good solid screen, timing his roll perfectly. That's basketball 101 there.
Beverly, the pass to Kennard. Off the left rim and out. The Nuggets trail. Millsap dishes to Morris. It's tipped.
How impressive was that? The little fella, Beverly, extending out for the block. Showed us some nice timing for a guy that's not much taller than 6'2".
attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Bull, that's good.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Deflects the pass. And now the Nuggets, fast break. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And you can see the importance of that steal. Really a 4-point swing with the conversion at the other end.
Kennard on the wing. Good on the triple. Kennard's got 6.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Morris against Beverly. Here's Harrison. Here's Bull. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Bull's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Passes it to Kennard. With 4 seconds on the clock, and it's sent back by Millsap.
Pretty cool to see Millsap turn shots back. I mean, he's a mobile, athletic, big man who is taking pride in his defensive work.
The Clippers have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And Denver will start the fourth quarter. We've got JaMychal Green. He's out there with Jokic. Aaron Gordon out there with Rivers. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. Back to Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
George against Gordon. Looking to get back on track here. George, no good. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Kennard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. And a switcher also for Denver. Porter's checked in. To the paint. Here's Green. The Clippers grab the miss. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Back to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Outside for George. Good on the bucket. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Campazzo up and in on the layup.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Leonard against Porter, and finished off by Porter.
And out of the pick and roll, Porter showing great coordination, fluidity, and versatility.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Los Angeles. Leonard against Porter. McGee with the block.
Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority for McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Leonard on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. No good from Cousins.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Morris outside. 2 points. That one goes. And now a 3-point Denver lead.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's McGee. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Leonard, no luck.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
Jokic with the steal. It's deflected. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Morris with the bucket. Morris has got the lead up to 5 now for the Nuggets. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Denver?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
Rondo. Here's Cousins. And it's good coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Boy, talk about staying poised under pressure. Cousins doing work late.
So for the Clippers, Morris comes in for DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. And then for Denver, Aaron Gordon comes in for Michael Porter, and it's Harrison in for Monte Morris. Harrison kicks to Jokic. Feeds to Gordon. Money!
Fantastic execution in a tight spot. Gordon capitalizing in the big moment for his team.
Game could be on the line right here.
It's now or never.
Now George. 34 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Lets the 3 fly. Zubats. It's good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else.
Harrison passes to Millsap.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
Gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Tell you what, Paul Millsap, one of my favorite players because he's so effective, scores at an efficient clip, rebounds the ball well, and defends multiple positions too. He gives you everything.
Zubats kicks to George. From deep 3-point range, out they get it back. So the Nuggets win it. This was a hard-fought win. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Portland starts out with the ball. Here's Lillard. Here's the three. The putback. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jackson passes to Morris. Here's Leonard. Pass to Zubats. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Lillard finds Nurkic. Lillard against Jackson. Shoots. Uses the glass to drop it in.
And at 280 pounds, I mean, Nurkic is difficult to deter, even when you hit him. I mean, he's just so strong.
Now here's Jackson. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. And the dunk by Zubats.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Three-pointer, Lillard.
Oh, man, Jackson is just a pesky defender. Does a phenomenal job at getting a hand up in the face of shooters.
6 to shoot. Lillard attacking. Feeds it to Nurkic.
They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
Right side, Leonard. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Now, here's Nurkic. From 15 feet away, and it's Lillard missing.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Leonard against Powell. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Oh!
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. There's the triple. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Morris outside. Zubac's in the post. He's guarded by Nurkic. Zubac's no good. Portland trailing here. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. George looking around. Nurkic with the block.
A defensive anchor. I mean, you got to admire how Nurkic uses his wingspan to turn shots back.
Lillard with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Takes it out to Covington. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Here's Rondo after Enes Kanter's basket. Rondo passes to Cousins. And it's Portland with the rebound. There's 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Jones has it in the corner. Kicks it out to McCollum. Beyond the arc. It's good from long range. McCollum's got 6.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
High post Cousins. To stop the run. Excellent D from Cantor.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Trailblazers lead. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked about him.
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
Oh, got the defense spinning in circles. Hard to cover all that ground.
On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Anthony. He's out there with Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point guard position.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, McCollum will find you.
And here is Los Angeles now after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Oh, McCollum in position. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Cousins. Oh, he delivers half with force.
I cannot believe that.
And at 6'11", Cousins definitely has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Lets it go with a 3. Here's Jones. He dishes it to Kanter. And stolen by Cousins. Back to McCollum. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in front despite his troubles tonight.
Great open look there.
They set Kennard up so well. He takes a composed shot and drains it.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, good evening. Well, last season the Blazers were beset by injuries and they fell short of their goals. Their star Damian Lillard said, "Once we're in a better position, I want people to remember how I responded when things didn't go my way, so that they know my character is true." Kevin, we know that Dame grew up in Oakland, a place where overcoming adversity was ingrained. Back to you.
Thank you, D.A. And here's Batum following the three-pointer by C.J. McCollum. And Batum kicks to Rondo. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Anthony. Kicks it out to McCollum. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Talk about an advanced distributor. I mean, there's passes that point guards can make, and there's passes that Rajon Rondo can make.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 12. Simons, the pass to Kanter. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. 1:51 left in the second quarter. Floats it up for Cousins. Several teams changing it up here. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Trailblazers. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Back to Lillard. Throws it up high.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Nurkic with the block. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Lillard. The pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Floats it up there for Nurkic. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
You know, trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, they have to regroup and revisit their strategy at the defensive end.
Here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. This one for 3. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Jackson has improved his three-point stroke. He can't be left alone from outside.
Lillard against Jackson. Back to Lillard. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Off target with his 3.
Well, I mean, I think he better come up with some different ways to get his points tonight because the 3, not one of them, ain't working.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game. Lillard from outside bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got 6 points.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Jackson looking it over to the inside. And the dunk by Zubac.
There you see why you want the ball in Jackson's hands as much as possible. He can clearly set the table.
Lillard from deep three-point land. And that one released in time, but no good. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. C.J. McCollum was on fire in the first half. He had 12 points, 2 assists. And that does it for our half.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
We've got Kawhi Leonard. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Now here's Powell. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Nurkic. The dish now to Lillard. 5 on the clock. Offline with his 3. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Back to Lillard. Shoots the 3. Portland again missing.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Here's George trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. Nobody near Leonard. They grab their own miss. From deep, George hits it from 3-point range. George has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Lillard outside. On deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but You know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Lillard, the pass to Anthony. He kicks to Powell. Lillard scanning the floor. And another three for Portland.
Knocks down his second three of the half. I mean, he had two of them in the first half also. Doing some solid work from deep.
And Leonard has it in the corner. A shot missing. Now Portland takes it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Lillard, the pass to Giles. Powell for three. Rebound by the Clippers. Morris has got his fifth rebound right now in the game. Back to Leonard. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Lillard, the pass to Anthony. Here's Giles, guarded by Jackson. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's foul number 2 for him. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Portland also making some changes. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And McCollum subbed in for Norman Powell.
Sometimes it's easy to forget what an unreal athlete Batum is. Extraordinary at timing on these alley-oops.
Pass to Cantor. Beverly against Lillard. Oh, took the contact. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And he makes that one.
It's Kennard's ability to create that sets him apart. I mean, he gets inside, finds himself a shot.
Now, here's Lillard. Fires the three. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. It's still anybody's game. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for the Trailblazers, Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point guard. Now, here's Zubac. Following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Pass to Kennard. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And a wide open look for McCollum. That 3 off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Mann. Misses the 3. Portland trailing here. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and Jones with the stuff.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Outside Rondo, down low, Zubats. Back to Rondo. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Last thing they want to be doing right now is giving away possessions. I mean, turnovers can kill you in this kind of game.
Here's Simons. Dishes it to Jones. McCollum outside. Launches it. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Covington. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. They've shared the load offensively.
And, guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
It's Jones on the wing. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Morris is checked in for Batum. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Kennard. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Powell's checked in. Now here's McCollum to take the lead. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Here's Mann. And the pass to Zubats. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Cantor. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Here is Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Puts it up from 17, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Lillard's got the game tied up here for Portland. Rondo is doubled. Out to the right wing. Here's Mann. And the Clippers miss again. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Cullen passes to Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
That's why you give Lillard the rock. When it's an important possession, you know he's going to rise to the occasion.
Outside Rondo. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Oh, count on the steadfast player like Rondo. I mean, when you need it most, he delivers.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard from past the arc. And it's Lillard again missing.
I mean, with all these 3-pointers he's missed in the first half, I mean, he's become a weight around him. Somebody tell him he's got to be more unselfish.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
Here's Lillard after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Nurkic finds Lillard. Tries again to the right side. And Rondo sends it back.
Oh, you forget sometimes how much of an impact Rondo can have defensively there, showing off some superb vertical as he goes up for the block.
George is checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. And Portland with a change here, too. Cantor checked in for Robert Covington.
Reminding us again why he's one of the game's great clutch shooters.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Outside Jackson. George passes to Zubats. And he gets the... And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
But they recover it. Pass to Lillard. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Fires from deep. No good from three-point territory. A deep three from Leonard. Can't connect. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. That was a fun night of basketball.
of the NBA.
The Margaret Hunt-Hill Bridge. And with...
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Paul George. He's out there with Jackson. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the power forward position. And for Dallas, Doncic out there with Richardson. Then there's Cauley Stein. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. That tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Richardson gets a wide open look. A three-pointer off the mark.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's George. Porzingis with the block.
Well, you can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
Cauley Stein finds Doncic. Over George. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist from Cauley Stein. Doncic has got his second basket. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Jackson. Porzingis with the block. They recover it. Now here's Leonard. Defense is right there. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Doncic against Jackson. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Here's George. Leonard trying to break free. And that one's good. George.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Porzingis. In the corner, it's Richardson. Now here's Porzingis. He's covered closely. Off target at the rim. And George, here we go. And it goes down 2 points.
Well, on that kind of move, Paul George is such a great scorer. He can stay in control, even at full speed.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Leonard. Puts up a three. And Paul George, another three. George has got 7 points in the game. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Outside, Porzingis. Left block shot on the way. Crafty move. And it's good on the layup.
Porzingis playing with some heart now, never giving up or into the defense, muscling through that difficult shot.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Porzingis. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That is his first foul of the game. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Here's Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
You know, a lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. The Clippers also changing it up. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Paul George.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Rondo against Brunson. Powell, the pass to Brunson. Hardaway for three. A new 14 for the Mavericks. Powell kicks to Redick. And there's the pass to Brunson. Second chance shot. That one's not going to go. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
There's 37 seconds left to play here in the first. Brunson against Rondo. Hardaway passes to Brunson. Bucket is good.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Now here's Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Morris finds Rondo. Now Cousins. Misses from short range. It's stolen by Morris. To the middle. Powell with the steal. Hardaway from outside. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Los Angeles on top, up one. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's man in at the three.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
No, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Now, here's Burke. Another shot. Here's Marjanovic. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Clippers leading by 3. Here's Mann. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Now here's Beverly. Burke covering. And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Brunson kicks to Hardaway. A 3-ball. The shot, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defense.
There he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. No. Wow, he was up there, Kevin. Yeah, kind of fun when you see his personality come out in his game like that.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by George. Shoots from the block. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Leonard's got the ball.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic, which struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. But the league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Sports is a microcosm of society as a whole. We all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, D.A. Now, here's Zubac. It's rebounded by Doncic. Finney Smith passes to Pop. Dallas moving it around. Or kicks to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Here's Jackson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Doncic with the steal. And here we go. Burke heading to the hoop. Stops. Pops. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Just 1 year in college for Paul George, and then made the transition to the NBA, and all the talk was about what it is we're seeing now. A very capable two-way player and all-star caliber talent.
A different look for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Marjanovic. Cauley Stein comes in for Dwight Powell. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Trey Burke. Pass to Finney Smith. Kicks it to Cauley Stein. Doncic outside. Up in time. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their biggest deficit was 6 points. And that should...
And as we get to this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
They've got Cauley Stein. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Maxi Kleber. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Now, here's Kleber. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
A good sense right there of Richardson understanding space and that he could get there. Nice pull-up.
And, Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position. Not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Clippers leading by 4. Jackson passes to Leonard. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
That's the power and strength he brings. Kawhi able to absorb the contact. I'm not even sure he felt it and still knocks it down.
If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that, more than anything, allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known. vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
So, for the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubats. Marcus Morris comes in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson.
And you could tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Cauley Stein passes to Doncic. Back to Cauley Stein. Doncic outside. Cauley Stein kicks to Doncic. 5 to shoot. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Morris with the bucket.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Here's Doncic following the basket by Marcus Morris. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Doncic.
And he's not going to miss those very often, even from deep. The D has to close out a little stronger on him.
Now here's Beverley. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. George passes to Beverley. That ball's nice feed that time from George.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Pass to Cauley Stein. It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Passes to Oturu. Outside, George. Here's Oturu. Guarded by Porzingis. Oturu, the pass to Morris. Clock at 6. Now, here is George.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
A different look for Dallas. Hardaway's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Redick comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. The Clippers also making some changes. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Cousins. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Paul George. And that one, good. Porzingis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
How about the touch from Porzingis, demonstrating just how comfortable he is operating in that area of the floor.
The drive by Rondo.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Mavericks trail by 8. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Hardaway dishes to Cauley Stein. And Brunson has it in the corner. Fires it up. Again, the Mavericks score. And here's Rondo. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. There's 57 seconds left to play in the third. Porzingis with the block. Outside, Redick. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner. Porzingis against Kennard. Dallas shooting their first free throws of this game. That free throw good from Porzingis.
Well, after the boos on draft night when he got to the league, you could immediately recognize the unique talents of Kristaps Porzingis, and he keeps trying to raise the bar for himself. An exciting young player for the league.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. Rondo. It's rebounded by Brunson.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim. For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
The pass to Zubats. Outside Rondo. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Orchestrating right now, Rondo should be playing with a baton.
Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel Nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Rajon Rondo. And there's Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Brunson after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Finney Smith can't get it to go. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Marjanovic comes in for Hardaway. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And here are the Mavericks now, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Doncic, rebounded by Jackson. Clippers leading by 10. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard, killing it in transition.
Here's Doncic. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
For Dallas, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. And Doncic, here we go.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. For Los Angeles, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. And George kicks to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Doncic with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Here's Finney Smith. Here's Marjanovic. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Jackson with it. Outside, George. 6 on the shot clock. And he goes right over Luka Doncic and slams it down.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
The 3 for Doncic. But they'll get another chance. Knocked away. Finney Smith passes to Powell. Doncic against Jackson. Doncic with the bucket.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
Clippers leading by 10. Now here is George. There's 1:54 left to play in the final quarter. Leonard attacking, and the rejection by Marjanovic. Doncic with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Powell, that's good.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
1:32 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Kennard kicks to Leonard. The 3. Zubac trying to break loose. It's rebounded by Dallas. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Marjanovic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
The possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight. Taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ballgame.
Here's George following the score by Dallas.
My goodness. Say that. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Doncic feeling it out. From deep three-point range. Can't hit that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Now Jackson. Launches it. They get it back.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Outside, George. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Basket good. So the Clippers with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps. And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena before. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Morris. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. And for Denver, Jokic is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's Rivers. Then it's Porter. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
And both teams, Doris, battling injuries.
Kevin, we have seen that when someone is injured, that means an opportunity for a bench player to show what they have. And the coaching staff maybe has to get a little bit more creative than usual.
Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
And just willing to take chances
defensively pays off in a transition basket.
That is quick defense to offense. These guys, such terrific athletes. You can't let your guard down.
Here's Jackson after the Nuggets pick up 2. Leonard, no luck.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Porter.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
Now here's George. Zubac trying to break loose. George with the bucket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Well, the size is there, but the vertical is what really is eye-popping with Aaron Gordon.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Jackson passes to Zubac. Gordon against Morris. Over Gordon. Morris, no good.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And a wide open look for Porter. And again, it's Denver.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Now, here's George. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard against Gordon. George passes to Zubac. A second chance effort. Morris kicks to Leonard. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got his second bucket.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. Some solid defense there from Jackson. The Clippers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And it's George finishing it off.
And plays like that demonstrate Paul George's athletic ability. He's not just an elite scorer. He is a high flyer.
Outside Porter. And finished off by Porter.
He is so quick off the ground. Porter just gives the defense very little time to react.
Here's George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This is his first free throw of the game. That's good from George.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that.
Los Angeles making a switch here. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim. Okay.
Now here's Gordon. Following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Harrison scanning the floor. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. For the Nuggets, JaVale McGee's checked in for Jermichael Green, and Monte Morris subbed in for Austin Rivers. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Paul George. Now here's Rondo. Pass to Beverly. Over in the corner, Batum. Back to Beverly. 6 to shoot. Here's Rondo. Gordon against Beverly. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Denver making a switch here. Green's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Mann's checked in. Morris against Beverly. Morris dishes to McGee. Let's go. Nails the baby hook.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nuggets lead by 4. And we'll be back. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
They've got JaVale McGee, Paul Millsap out there with Green, and it's Rivers, and it's Harrison in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Green finds McGee. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Floats it up for Cousins. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, you've got to have a rim runner, and DeMarcus Cousins filling the role beautifully.
And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Great positioning on the putback. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Well, big frame, great hands, and Cousins a load on the offensive glass.
Beverly against Rivers. McGee. They get it back. Goes up again, and the layup is up and in. McGee's got his second basket of the game.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Here's Beverly, and the shot goes in.
Well, this guy's ability to attack and be aggressive. Patrick Beverly in the painted area.
Harrison passes to McGee. Now here's Rivers. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
You know, the coaching staff loves seeing this kind of playmaking from Austin Rivers, the willingness to share the basketball.
Floats it up for Cousins.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's Harrison. Passes it to Rivers. Back to Harrison. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Mann outside for Batum. Greg, so many people know your story. Born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people you know has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And Porter, here we go. Right block shot. Wide open. Chalk up 2 there. Porter's got 6.
And a smooth shooting stroke off the catch. Porter clearly excels in those situations.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Oh, here we go with Gordon. Nobody.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Wow, that finish.
Here's Jackson. That shot off. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Porter kicks to Gordon. Millsap dishes to Gordon. Back to Millsap. Now the pass to Gordon. Shot clock at 3. And the rejection by Zubac. And Jokic slams it in. George is checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Reggie Jackson. Denver shooting their first free throw of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Rondo kicks to Leonard. shot to stop the run. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Leonard attacking. Lays it up off the glass.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Inside. Here's Jokic. And the rejection by Zubac. Nobody near George. Knocks down the three ball. George has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
Well, we knew that Paul George was a long-limbed, exceptional defender coming out of Fresno. His offense, though, has been impressive from the time he has stepped between the lines on the end.
And so it's tied as we head to halftime. We're going to step away briefly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. And that's...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far, the defense has not been able to counter it.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for the Clippers right now, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's George in at the 2. Jackson drives in, feeds it to Leonard. Jokic with the steal. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. Campazzo. Zubac defending. Good work there as it goes. Gordon's got 6.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, you love how Paul George finishes on the drive. That is a powerful dunker right there.
Pass to Jokic. Rivers in the corner. Back to Jokic. And so it looks like Denver will retain. And here we go. Coach's challenge is being called for here on the out-of-bounds violation. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there. And you know, these types of plays, especially when you're talking about action around the sideline, this is something you can get a much better perspective of on replay than real game speed.
We've got the benefit of new camera angles, Greg. Much easier to see exactly what's going on, especially with the fidelity and angles that we've got access to now. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And here's George for 3. That shot off, and the Nuggets going the other way. Here's Rivers, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Here's what Denver's going with right now. JaVale McGee comes in for Gordon, and Paul Millsap subbed in for Porter. Denver in the lead. Morris outside. Pass to Jokic. No one near him. That one goes. Count it. Jokic has got 9 points.
And just paying attention to the details and makes great reads offensively. Jokic is so comfortable with the catch and shoot.
And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's his first foul. Harrison's checked in for Rivers. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Batum inside the three-point line. Zubats against Jokic. A deep three from Leonard. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got his 6th rebound on the night. McGee with the block. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. A different look for the Clippers. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Patrick Beverley comes in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Bol, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Harrison passes to Bol. And the rejection by Zubats. Right side, Rondo. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the paint. Rondo really good with the positioning there close to the basket.
Morris into the lane. Here's McGee. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in. He's got 8.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Rondo kicks to Batum. Fires for 3. Denver grabs the miss. Here's McGee. Buries it down low. McGee's got the lead up to 6 now for Denver.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Here's Rondo. It's blocked.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Clippers call time here.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubats.
And it's fair to say that Millsap has been very underrated throughout his career. A versatile, tenacious forward who quietly destroys whoever he plays.
Rondo dishes to Cousins, and that's going to be a travel. Denver leading by 8. Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. McGee's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Kennard for 3. And Bol pulls it down. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Nuggets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And like his father, Manu, Bol's combination of size and scoring is very unique. The key for him is just staying healthy.
And stolen by Bol. The shot comes out, and so it's the Denver Nuggets going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing up. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Porter. Green is out there with Aaron Gordon, and it's Harrison in it shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Green passes to Gordon. Misses off the left iron. Clippers trail by 10. Here's Mann, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Morris passes to Mann. Morris kicks to Kanawha. Denver grabs the miss.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Morris into the lane. Here's McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
Inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's George. And it's Denver with the rebound. McGee's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Millsap has the open look. Buries it from three-point range.
And even though he can be inconsistent from out there, Millsap forces you to pay attention to him from beyond.
There's Jackson with the 3. Here's Leonard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George has got the ball.
Well, we're talking about a multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Huge hands, creates lots of turnovers.
Passes it to Harrison. He kicks it to Millsap. Outside, Green. Clock at 6. Back to Millsap. Over Morris. And Denver again with the bucket.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And the wide open shot from Morris. A three-pointer is right on target. Morris has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Some power coming from the PG.
That's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow. Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end. But right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Rivers finds Gordon. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. The drive by Jokic. It's no good. He's now 4 of 9 from the field. They're running. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
The Nuggets leading by 6. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. 8 feet away, and it's blocked by Gordon.
How about the timing of Aaron Gordon? This guy has got the ability to rise up and send it back.
And Jokic throws it down.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. And they're moving it up. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Aaron Gordon showing he can jump out of the gym. How about that alley-oop?
Clippers trail by 10. Jackson looking it over. He lobs it up. And the dunk by Zubac.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. Kicks it to Rivers. The pass to Jokic. And it's Denver scoring again.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
George, no good. And here's Denver. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Jokic, no good.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Jokic with it from outside the arc. Another miss by Jokic. Jokic with the steal. Three-pointer. Off target with that shot. So we see Denver get the win here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight, some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the four-man position. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, home in the paint.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? And there it is for him.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Lillard from outside goes back up, and Nurkic lays it in. Nurkic has got 6 points.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Now, here is George. Lillard outside. McCollum outside. Lillard finds Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. He's got 8.
I will say this about his shooting stroke. It's pure when he's got it going. Perfect so far this quarter.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
And so here's Portland. The Clippers getting the bucket. Lillard from outside. He hits that shot, his first of the night, now 1 for 6.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
Pass to Leonard. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
You can see the work Kawhi has put into his ball handling. Gets separation almost any time he wants.
Lillard against Jackson. To the inside. Stolen by Zubac. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Comfortable inside, plus the 7'3" wingspan. Hard to stop Kawhi without fouling.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Leonard. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Clippers trail by 3. Rondo with it. The dish to Cousins. Count that one.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
The Trailblazers have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Here's Simons. Trailblazers keep it alive. This one for 3. Another shot. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
And the officials call a traveling violation. And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in. Portland's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Simons surveying the D. Portland no good that time either.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
A shot by Batum, no good. Portland leading. Here's Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Here's Cousins. Lays it up and banks it in. Cousins has got his second basket.
I mean, one thing about DeMarcus, he's never had much of a problem scoring with contact.
Yusuf Nurkic has been on display for Portland. Scoring, rebounding. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Damian...
When I'm training in the summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Kennard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley, and it's man in at the three.
Owning that area around the rim, something DeMarcus has done as far back as we can remember.
Here's Simons. Off target from outside.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him when we used to go at it in high school. And it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
Here's Lillard. The Clippers getting the bucket. The tray. Portland again missing.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. Los Angeles shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. And so he hits the technical free throw.
The rare guy who can do everything at both ends. Paul George gives you a chance to win every night.
And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
A 3 from Leonard. Cans it from downtown. Leonard's got the lead up to 7 outs for Los Angeles.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Nurkic with the block. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Portland moving the ball around. Three-pointer, Lillard gets the three-pointer to fall. Lillard's got 6 points.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
In the corner, George with it. Sinks that one from the post. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Takes the three. Nailed from three-point land. Lillard's got a pair of triples in the second now for Portland. Rondo against Lillard. Rondo kicks to Morris. Lets it go with the three. He can't get that one to fall. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Lillard outside. Lets the three fly. Rebound by the Clippers.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
Now here's Lillard. 9 points in the game so far. The three. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
And here are the Trailblazers now after the basket by Los Angeles. And Lillard throws it down.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really, really like going at each other, don't they? Now, here's Zubats. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Lillard, the pass to Covington. A three from McCollum. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 7.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Connects from three-point range.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
He lines it up.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
Now here's Lillard. Beyond the arc. He doesn't hit that one. And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. He lets the production speak for himself.
Maybe that's why George has handpicked Kawhi to team up with. The only drama that George causes is to the opponent.
Yeah, he has all the tools to be MVP.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Jones in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. And George, here we go. Outside for Jackson. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Lillard way outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Kennard, he's checked in for George. Leonard. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And 11 points for Leonard.
Off the catch, Leonard with the quick trigger. Nothing but money.
Lillard the pass to Canner. Back to Lillard. To the paint. And the rejection by Zubac. Clippers leading by 6. From the baseline. Morris controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Lillard finds Canner. Back to Lillard for the 3. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort. Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Here's Jackson. Portland making their last shot. Morris outside. Makes it off the glass. Morris has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And here's Jackson after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. It's Jackson with the drive. Zubac kicks to Leonard. Hits the 3-point bomb. Leonard's got 14 points for the game.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Lillard dishes to McCollum. And another 3 for Portland.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
Now here's Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. Throws it up high, and the dunk by Zubac.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
Jackson against Lillard. From deep, and another 3 for Portland.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Jackson. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. The 3 from McCollum. Traps in the tray. McCollum's got a pair of 3s now here in the 3rd for the Trailblazers.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. So for the Clippers. Now here's Rondo, guarded closer. Floats it up for Cousins. Rondo finds Cousins. Back to Rondo. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And it's good, 2 points. Cousins has got 10 points in the game.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Here's Simons for the tie. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And don't kid yourself about Cousins. He has the ability to see the whole floor, and he's willing to share the wealth.
Here's Simons following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Pass to Simons. And it's off from 3-point range. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 5-point game. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Deep 2 from Anthony. Portland again missing. It's tipped. Here's Mann. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Mann in at the 2 guard.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Here's Simons. Back to McCollum. He dishes it to Nurkic. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
2 shots.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Trailblazers trail by 7. McCollum outside. 3-pointer. Good on the triple.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
George looking over the floor. Over in the corner, Beverley. Bullseye. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
George against McCollum. Pass to Simons. Powell inside. Zubac defending. Anthony. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question. Toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
For the Trailblazers. Enes Kanter's checked in for Anthony. Robert Covington comes in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. We plead it with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Leonard with the steal. Jackson against Lillard. And there's Jackson on the assist by George.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, they've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
Clippers leading by 10. And here's Jackson from the arc. And it's rebounded by Covington.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
Here's Lillard. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Buries the long-range jumper. Lillard's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. He kicks it to Covington. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Lillard. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Lillard's got 25 points.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Here's George, and contact on the shot. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to review it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Now George. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
3-pointer, Lillard. Here's McCollum. It's McCollum on the wing. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
On the wing, Jackson. Back to George. From past the arc. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. And the Clippers lead by 7.
Capable of flat out torching you. Once PG-13 gets into a groove, watch out.
It's good from beyond the arc.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
So it's the Clippers taking the win and a close. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.